5 tips for texting women, dating advice for men. Hey everyone, today we're diving into the world of online communication and texting, particularly when it comes to connecting with women. And don't worry, ladies, there are plenty of useful insights here for you too. Whether you're looking to build a connection or just want to improve your communication skills, these tips are here to help. Let's get started with our first tip. Confidence and appropriateness. Think about this. If you were face-to-face with the person, would you say what you're about to text? This is a great way to measure if your message is suitable. For example, you wouldn't walk up to someone and say, "Hey, nice sweater. Stretch it out for me," would you? So, keep it respectful even if you're trying to build a little chemistry. Of course, if you're not looking to build attraction, steer clear of any flirtatious comments altogether. A compliment is lovely, but sexual innuendos can be totally out of line, especially in professional settings. Now, if a guy does send a message with a hint of sexual tension, it's up to you to decide how to respond. You can either play along if you're comfortable or shut it down if it's not your vibe. Here's a pro tip. If a guy sends a sexually suggestive message and you're not interested, a simple ha 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 without elaborating sends a clear signal to stop. Only continue the conversation if she actively encourages it or reciprocates the tone. Otherwise, it's best to drop it immediately. Moving on to our third tip. Never start a conversation with something generic like, "Hey, hi, how are you? What's up?" While it might be fine later on if the conversation is already flowing, it's super boring as an opener and shows a lack of creativity. Trust me, women get these texts all day, every day. The only time it might be exciting is if someone like Gerard Butler, the star of 300, sent it, but even then, it's still pretty unoriginal. Instead, kick things off with something fun, unexpected, or even a bit random. For instance, I once started a conversation with a guy by playfully teasing him, saying, "Stop following me. What are you doing? Stalking me?" I added a wink emoji to keep it light and playful. It turned out he wasn't stalking me at all. We were even in different countries at the time. He found it hilarious, and it sparked a great conversation. So try to be creative and make your message stand out. And finally, our fourth tip. Avoid generic openers at all costs. Instead, opt for something that grabs attention and shows a bit of personality. Whether it's a funny joke, a quirky observation, or something completely random, it's all about being different and memorable. Remember, the goal is to start a conversation, not to blend into the crowd. With these tips, you'll be well on your way to mastering the art of online communication and texting. Happy chatting. When it comes to sharing intimate images, it's crucial to exercise caution. Avoid sending unsolicited pictures of your genitals, often referred to as dick pics. It's best to wait until the woman explicitly requests such an image. On the other hand, ladies, you should also refrain from asking for these types of pictures unless you are solely interested in a casual encounter without any intention of developing a deeper relationship. This advice is particularly relevant for younger individuals who tend to have a more liberated approach to sexuality. However, jumping straight into sexual territory can often confine the relationship to that level alone. It's advisable to reserve intimate pictures for after you have met in person and have established a mutual understanding of each other's bodies. At that point, sharing such images may be more appropriate. Additionally, sending a dick pic before it has been requested can give the impression that your only interest lies in sex, which can be quite off-putting. While it's natural to take pride in your anatomy, many women prefer to wait until they have seen it in real life before receiving such images. If a woman is seeking a meaningful relationship, receiving unsolicited explicit content can be a significant turn-off. For women, the same principle applies when it comes to sharing images of your body. If you send revealing photos to a man right away, he may assume that you are sending similar images to other men as well, which can diminish his sense of uniqueness and importance. Building an intimate connection often relies on making each other feel special, and that can be compromised if he feels like just another recipient of your photos. Another important point to consider is the difference between your and your. The latter is a contraction for you are. If you want to compliment someone by saying, "You're amazing," make sure to spell it correctly. This is particularly significant for men, as studies indicate that many women find it unattractive when a man cannot distinguish between these two words. It may lead them to question your intelligence, which is not an appealing trait. Interestingly, if a woman is initially attracted to you in person, she might overlook minor spelling errors. However, if your first impression is marred by poor spelling, it can be challenging to recover from that. Therefore, take the time to learn the difference between your and your. It's a simple distinction that can make a big difference in how you are perceived. Don't take offense. Just make an effort to improve, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.